When I was coming up, I worked uh, a lot of small jobs when I was a child. And I remember when I got my first bank account, and I noticed something when I would look at my pay stubs and then deposit money into my savings account at that particular time and receive a statement in the mail that they gave out what we know as interest on your savings, whatever you accrued or accumulated in terms of savings. And that used to be pretty substantial according to today's standards as far as interest rates on savings accounts is concerned. And what is really, really sad is how the banks milk the people. They do. Banks make money hand over fist above and beyond their customers as far as what we receive in return for having our money on deposit in their institutions. So, what I mean by that is this uh, I remember at least receiving, as I was coming up, that is, the interest was approximately 9 to 12% on a savings account. Can anyone give me an average right now as I'm speaking to you before you look it up? What do you think the interest rate is on most savings accounts in major banks across the board across America is today? 0.09%. It's not even 1% interest on your money that you have on deposit in their bank. One more time, it's not 1%, it's 0.09%. It's really nothing. And even some bankers, some tellers will look at you, sort of ashamed when you go to make a deposit in your account and you ask them about the interest, and they kind of like, yeah, I'm sorry, it's pretty low. You know, they know it, but you had better believe that whatever the amount of money that you have in your account is, the bank is making 200% off of you, your money, our money. The bank makes its money in loans primarily and also in fees. And they don't want to give the customer hardly anything. So, another thing too is, many of you may already know this as well. If you have an account or certain accounts, such as savings accounts, they have a minimum balance that they want you to maintain to avoid a fee quarterly. Sometimes it's monthly, depending on the institution. Now, answer me this question. Why is it that an institution where you're putting your money in for safekeeping and interest gathering, if you will, why is it that they're charging you a fee if you fall below a certain so-called guideline? For example, if you have $100 in your savings account, then you won't be assessed a fee. But have less than $100 in a savings account by the time the quarter ends, they charge you $8 to $10 because you did not have the minimum amount in that account. Of course, you knew this or should have known this when you opened the account, but it's just the principle of the thing. So, what I've done is I just have a couple of the top banks that offer a higher interest rate for savings accounts. And one of those happens to be American Express. This is online banking. So you have to have a minimum deposit of $1 to receive 1.85% interest on a savings account at American Express. That's a fact. I have an account there myself. I know this is true. Another one is Barclays, Barclays, Barclays. You have to have zero minimum amount in your account, and you still have the same interest rate, 1.85% interest on your money. And there's no minimum balance for either one of those two accounts. And then there's something I found out that is a little bit higher is Goldman Sachs, believe it or not. All you have to have is a minimum deposit of $1 or on deposit $1 and a minimum balance of $1, and you receive 1.90% interest. You at least get a little bit more than 1% on your savings with these three institutions. So you can go online and look these up if you desire. If you want to get a little bit more bang for your money, as they say, if you really are serious about savings. I know if you stick it under the mattress like some people are in the shoebox, you're not going to get any interest on it that way, but it might even be a safer alternative or option. Just depends on the individual. So I just thought I would share that with you. So that's American Express, Barclays, and Sachs Goldman. Those are three institutions that give you some interest.